Hi everybody, it's Carla from Casey Creates. Thank you so much for stopping by. I have something I really want to run by you, and so if you are a subscriber, longtime subscriber, somebody who just pops in to watch every now and then, or contemplating becoming a subscriber, which I hope you will, I want your input. For a while, I've been contemplating doing this, and I'm going to have more time this summer. And so my plan is to start doing D-Stash Junk Journal giveaway, not giveaways. Today is actually a giveaway, but I want to sell Junk Journal D-Stashes. And I kind of went back and forth for a while about selling D-Stashes because some people have varying opinions on selling them. I do have giveaways when I will give D-Stashes away, but I think I've been crafting for about four years now, and I have just accumulated a wealth of everything, and I've really had a good time doing it, but I'm kind of outgrowing my space, and so in an effort to keep supporting my habit and declutter a little bit, I have what I think are some really nice things that would make up really nice kits. And I've seen kits being sold on Etsy and on YouTube. I'm sure they're being sold pretty much everywhere, but my idea was I'd like to show you what I want to put in a junk journal kit, and then I need you to comment and let me know what you think. Or maybe you could just let me know what you would want to see if you purchased a junk journal kit. What would be helpful to you? What wouldn't? What maybe what you wouldn't want? I'm gonna try to put the best quality things I have. Even though they're considered junk journals, I wouldn't give you something that would be best going in the trash. So I want to show you what I've come up with, and if you would be so kind as to just leave comments about your opinion on junk journal kits, your opinion on D-Stashes, what you might like to see in a junk journal D-Stash kit. Any comment like that will give you the chance to win one of the actual junk journal kits that I've put together, and I'm going to go through it with you. And it will also give you a chance to win one of my actual completed junk journals. So that's the giveaway part. Your comment will put you in the drawing to win a junk journal kit or an actual junk journal. So I hope you're interested and willing to join in. This is my pile of tea-dyed paper. I have just been having the best time tea dyeing. And I've got doilies and printed paper that I've been tea dyeing. It's so much fun. It's like opening the oven and it's almost as fun as taking out a batch of cookies, taking out a batch of tea dyed paper. So anyway, each kit will have fresh tea dyed paper. And let's see, I had some notes to ask you what you think. Oh, I know. So for instance, what do you think about already made ephemera? Because I've got a lot of the Tim Holtz cutouts, and I was thinking I could put some of those in. I also have a huge box full of handmade ephemera that I thought about putting in, and that would be the D-Stash part, meaning you would get my own handcrafted tags as part of your junk journal kit. For instance, here's one. This is a Tim Holtz wallpaper, but then these are tags that I made myself, and they're tied with some seam binding. So I'd put things like that in. There's a little leaf there, but I could actually put those in. So you could get tags that I made as part of the kit. What do you think of napkins for decoupage? I was thinking I could tuck in, like there are days when I make, just sit down because I love making these ephemera pockets, but they'd also tuck nicely in a journal. And I spend a lot of time creating these, and then they just sit in a box. So I thought it would be nice to put them as part of a kit. And then again, I have tea-dyed paper, dictionary pages. Now, none of these would be really large for large journals. I think the largest is 5 by 7. I could go ahead and punch holes in the paper for you, or just leave them without holes. And I'll show you, I've got all these little maybe they are brushed nickel notebook rings that you could make your covers quickly and easily. I thought I could just clip together lace, and here's another parchment paper envelope and tags, and just basically create a kit with very nice things. This is just a strip of some of the words that you get in the Tim Holtz little words, and more tags and cards and things that I've made. But maybe it would be easier if I just show you what's in the giveaway kit. So that's what I'll do. And I hate talking pricing, but pricing is probably important to a lot of us too. So I was thinking one kit that would be able to make a complete journal with shipping would be $25, and this is it. And it wouldn't necessarily be packaged the same way every time. This one, I'll show you what I've been doing. I've been sewing, because I've got tons of this parchment paper, so it's on a roll. So what I've done is I've sewn one into a pocket, and most crafters love the sound of the parchment paper, so I thought it would be fun to just make a parchment paper envelope. And there's a pocket on the back, 2 pockets on the front, and then if you wanted, well, this one doesn't open. There's some with a double pocket inside. So I started out by just making the stitched parchment paper envelope, and then here's another one where I put a glassine bag on the front, and you can just tuck all kinds of things down in there, and it just flips over, and it's got one of the little washi tape decals, but I also made it so that it's a pocket behind the envelope. So this could either be cut up and used in a journal, you could pull the, snip the bag off, or you could just keep storing your things in here as you collect more for the same journal. So here is the giveaway junk journal kit, if I can get it all in frame, and it's in one of my stitched pockets, and on the back there's a nice pocket, and I tucked in one of my ephemera pockets that can go in a journal, and I love this one. But again, I just made a bunch of them, and I need to destash them. So that would be an option to go in the journal. Then in the front, I thought I would tuck in more tags and handmade envelopes. Here's a tag. These are parchment paper that I printed on. This is a tag. That's a purchased one, I think, from Gypsy Gypsy. What do you think about fabric images? Would you want a couple fabric images? They'd be kind of random, but most of my kits, I'd say 90% of them will always be vintage / shabby chic. So Sometimes I might put together a boho gypsy one or two, but my plan is to just put these together and sell them throughout the summer. So here's another one with a paper clip that can actually be you could create an altered paper clip with that. I've got tags and lace and some stitched tags. This is a really pretty tissue. That's a story I'll tell you about at some point, but these have wildflowers and they can be used for decoupage. So you'd be getting quite a few goodies to immediately create with and put in a journal. And when we get inside, I'll show you how you can make everything you need right from this journal. So I tied on with some twine another pretty tag that's an option for the journal. This is another Tim Holtz piece that can be removed and used. And then I have another pocket, and in this pocket there is more ephemera and tags. I one day sat down and did a whole bunch of these little postage stamps. This is another piece I made that's an envelope. A teeny little tag. It's almost like a fun little grab bag. This is another fabric tag or fabric image you could use. That tucks in there. And something else I discovered is I've been putting these little washi tape stickers on, but when you put them on the glassine bag, you can even peel those off and remove them and put them somewhere else if you cared to. This is also a pocket in the back. And then on the inside is everything you need for the pages of your junk journal. And what do you think about putting in a glue stick? If a glue stick is all you would have, I'm just thinking if you had just this kit, could you make a full journal without having to worry about purchasing or getting anything else? Where did I put, I wanted to show, oh, here it is. So I also thought I could go ahead and send the cardboard front and back and the 3 rings, and that way you could just measure up your pages and punch holes to match the rings of this, and that way you wouldn't have to worry about stitching in signatures. But this is what I thought I would send on the inside. I'm sorry if this is a little all over the place, but I'm just trying a venture that's been in my head for a while now, and I really want to make it work. So I'm going to be putting in dictionary pages. These are rub-offs that are sentiments. I've got some old Charles Dickens vintage book pages, some Tim Holtz wallpaper, there's envelopes. You'd get a generous stack of tea-dyed paper. Here's some more really pretty, this is sort of faux tea-dyed paper that I have a bunch of. Some music paper. There's another Tim Holtz wallpaper. This is a, it's Prima or Stamperia, anyway, it's from the old lace collection. I have an envelope that I printed on parchment paper and stitched. I've got another lace printed piece of parchment that make nice pages. I guess I've tucked in another one of those pretty wildflower tissues that you can use to decoupage. Some more sentiments. So this is a bit repetitive, this stack. This might be a double stack. Yeah, I think I've gone into the second stack. But let me show you, because I have another option as far as book covers. So here's some more of what you would get inside for making your pages. More vintage book pages. This is a tri-fold little envelope thing I made with the burlap. Is it? Yeah, it's sort of like an envelope booklet that you could, or folio that you could tuck things in. So each junk journal kit will have different things, but all around the same theme as far as vintage shabby chic. And you'll get lots of the parchment paper type envelopes, embellishments like, well, I didn't really get to embellishments, but envelopes. This is a little pretty vintage booklet. I have Edith Holden pages I'll tuck in, envelopes, rub-on sentiments, and then this is a journal cover. So I've got journal covers that I've made and just kind of left with a little bit of not sure what I want to do with them. So like this is a belly band on the cover, and then on the inside there's some graph paper, and then you could mount these on tea-dyed paper and make tags, but it's pretty much ready to go as far as cover. And it would all, I'll get the more tea-dyed paper to go back with it. It would all just be bundled up like this and go back into the parchment paper envelope. So I hope I haven't rambled too much trying to explain this. But I do think if it were me, I wouldn't mind having it all right there in one place, ready to craft with. This is the one that has a double layer inside, so you could flip more delicate things in between to keep them from getting crinkled. And then, like I said, I could stick a glue stick in if you think that might be a good option. And then this isn't really, I would probably put a softer ribbon on here just to keep things from tearing. But my idea is to slide that through there. Actually, this needs to slide through there, I think. And that closes. And a softer ribbon would just keep this from tearing, I'm sure. And I can get the packaging situated later, but sometimes the packaging is half the fun as far as getting things in the mail and opening up a pretty package. It's a little bit of more incentive to make something pretty. So that's all I have right now as far as the junk journal kit. That's my idea. I hope to get this up and going starting June 1st. And then also, what do you think about selling them versus, you know, just coming on, doing a video showing you the junk journal kit that's on sale? Would it be something that you would be interested in, or should I just put it on my Etsy page? This is the journal I'd like to give away. So I'm going to pull a name from any of the comments that are left today for the junk journal kit, and then this actual junk journal. And again, I've just made these. I get into a mood where I just want to make journals. I don't always want to put them on Etsy. This was a really fun one to make, and now I'd like to make it a giveaway. So I'm going to show you. It's called Vintage Rose, and I have put a little bit of chiffon here, and seam binding bow, this is the back, and this is some printable paper that I did one day. I get in these moods where I just love printing off floral print paper. So that was one of the papers I printed off that day, and a pretty little crocheted flower embellishment there. Pretty vintage lady. It's like a postcard stamp. And then inside, I've got this beautiful page, and it says Simpler Times, and then a tag that says Timeless, and you can open it and journal on it, and it tucks in here. And I think I showed this one once, and I was saying how the papers that I used, the reason I purchased this paper was because the color was mushroom. I just love the idea of mushrooms all the time. This unties this pretty lace, and it lifts up, and there is a little, this is actually even a tuck, so you could tuck something under there and journal here. It's got a really pretty vintage fairy, and I put a little heart bling to tie it back up here on her wand. Can you see that? So cute. Just some lace. Another flip here that you can journal. It says beautiful. Yeah, I think that this whole journal was made with my printable vintage wallpapers that I printed. And then there's this one. And inside there is a little note card journalish writing piece. You can open it and write on it, and it's all tea dye. I did something to stain this pink. I can't remember what I used, but there's the cover of that. A little dress mannequin for sewing. It's another little writing space. It says fancy. And then there's a pretty little tuck spot here. I feel like I should have some more tags or something to stick in there, which I will when it's time to give it away. Well, I'll show you. This tucks in there, and then this opens. And I hope the little journal kits I'm making would afford somebody to create a journal about this size with everything that you get in the kit. There's another pretty spot where you can write in the wreath, and I don't know if you can see, there's a sweet little fairy hiding right there. And then I have a clip here, slides off, it says dream, so you could move that around in the journal. Here's another journaling space and a pretty little butterfly. It's a three-dimensional wing butterfly, seam binding bow. I'm sorry, I hope I wasn't out of frame. And then more journaling space. This is a pretty little flip. Opens, you can journal and close it back up. And then in a world where you can be anything, be kind. And then that lifts up and you can journal. And this lifts up and oops, and you can journal. And that lifts up and you can journal. So lots of journaling space. There's a really pretty little dangle. I made these little hearts. And there's a key, so you can have the key to someone's heart and journal about them here. And then another pretty little lace pocket to tuck tags in. And there's even a pretty little floral piece of fabric there. And then this was just a fussy cut little flower that I also stuck in there. And some nice little eyelash trim. And in the back where we have the little belly band where you can tuck more tags. So that is the vintage rose junk journal that is one of you will win for leaving me comments and feedback about Junk Journal D-Stash kits. Again, I'm going to be creating them to sell. They will be $25, and that will include shipping in the US. Unfortunately, it will not include shipping international. International, you would have to tuck on $15 for shipping. It is a little more than that actually, but I would be willing to defray the cost some, because as I'll share with you in a future video, the price of international shipping postage has gone up so much, and it was like real gradual over the pandemic time. And then a few days ago, I had a very rude awakening as to how much it's actually gone up. So I still want you to be able to participate if you're interested in anything like this. So I wouldn't charge the entire shipping price, but I would have to, defray the cost some. Anyway, this is the journal kit, and it should have everything you could want to create a junk journal about this size. So thank you so much for your patience. I've been going on for quite a while here trying to just express to you what it is I want to do and to see what your interest level is. I think I mentioned, let me know if you think already made ephemera like by Tim Holtz would be nice. I also want to mention that I have so much scrapbook paper, and if you're interested in, if you would be interested in a junk journal kit that had different pages of vintage shabby chic style scrapbook paper and their cut aparts, I could add things like that too. So I'm making these kits primarily from my stash, but a lot of it is brand new. Like I would put in these really cool paper reinforcers. I've got several packages of these, and they're colored. Now I do have white, but I thought the colored ones would just add to the prettiness of the page. Put that back in there. So, okay, thanks guys for your patience. I really appreciate it. Make your comment below. I will include you in the drawing. I'll let you know in a week. So I'll be back to tell you next Saturday who the winner is, and hopefully I'll get lots of feedback between now and then on Junk Journal D-Stash kits. What you would or wouldn't want, what you would or wouldn't pay, what you would like to see in the kit. And then starting June, I'll start selling them and we can junk journal together. Okay, thanks again, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.